王になりてえ。力トミー全部手に入る。いや取りに行こうぜ、この世の宝の頂点。
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bugster channel. Today we're going to be going over kind of my IRL deck list here, what I like to run, kind of like my playmat and everything, and kind of just show you guys some of the stuff that I like to have with Buggy. I'll also show you some of the other like tech cards I have and some of the other things I'm testing. I haven't played this deck in a little while, just because I've been giving Croc a lot more love recently. But yeah, we'll kind of go over it. To start here, we have the alt leader. I have him in a Magic the Gathering like deck box, or like a little like leader box. I thought that was funny. Kind of goes against the nature of the game. Everybody like asked me why I do that. I think it's kind of funny. Next we kind of have, I don't really run the stage anymore. It's not the best option. So I have this metal wanted poster Buggy card that kind of sits there instead, but that's what the stage looks like there. And then we just have this little Lego Buggy here. Like to bring him around kind of as a good luck charm. He'll usually just sit on the top left over there. Next, we'll kind of go over the Dawn in my sleeves. So I have the cross skill tournament sleeves from I believe it was either regionals or world champions. I think 2 or 3 years ago. And then for the Dawn, I have one of these Buggy Dawn. I want to get the gold one for this, but I haven't met anybody with it yet. I'd rather not buy it off TCG. I have a bunch of the old OP09 double packed Buggy Dawns. And then for the kind of cool ones, I have Roger and Shanks, just as like a little homage to Buggy's past. So that's my Dawn. I like to do that, and especially when I get to my 10 Dawn turn, you can always tell because it's like, cool, all right, I'm gonna be at 9 or 10. But yeah, so that's my Dawn, so we'll put that over here. To start, we'll kind of just go over I have it all already formatted out. So we have the Mr. 3s. I still have to alt these ones out. I've been looking for these two, but nobody ever has them. Sorry if my deck sleeves are like disgusting. I need to clean these. I have 2 of these alts. I really like these a lot. And yeah, so there's just the Mr. 3. I probably won't cover too many of what the cards actually do, because that's going to be all in the Buggy Basics video. Next, we have the Cross Guilds. I want to get the manga events, but I believe they're like $300 each. And I don't really have that cash right now, but maybe later in the future, we can get those Cross Guild events in there. The mangas, anyway. Next, we're going to be moving on to our Alvidas, pretty standard. We'll then go into, I believe it's going to be the Mohis. Yep, so we got the Mohis next, pretty standard. Next, we got the Kabajis, also very standard. 4 of those. So you're going to see a lot of 4-ofs in this deck. Actually, I believe the next set is actually going to be 2 of the Directly Mihawks. This is mostly for testing, but I thought it would be pretty cool. I have one of the release event winner versions of this card, and then I have the pirate foil version of this card as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. Let's have 2 of those. Next, we're going to go into, I believe, our 5s. So we're going to have 5 of Mr. 1. This is more of an aggro deck that I was kind of testing out. We have 5 of the 5-cost Kabajis. Then we're going to go into our 7s, or our 6s, sorry. So we'll draw 2 more. And then we have almost all of the full alted playset for the Mihawks, but just not quite yet. I'm still looking for another one of these from somebody to trade. I believe next we have 4 of the promo Buggies. As you can see, there's one, I don't remember where my other one was, but the ones with the white borders are technically a bit more rare, as these are the actual promo versions of the card. The version with the full art around the entire border is the version you get from the starter deck. So I have tons and tons of these. I believe I only have 4 of these because they're a little bit harder to find now, especially since you could only get this version during the promo with that white border. So I need to find my other 4th one. No idea where that is. There's also a release event winner version of this card. I have no idea how much that is. I'll probably throw it up on screen now, but I would rather want that as well. I'm trying to get this whole thing altered out. Next, I believe we're going to actually have our 2-ofs. So we're going to have 2 of these alted Crocodiles. I like these a lot. I love this art. It's really cool. You can see like kind of the shading on there. A lot of really cool stuff there. And then we're also going to have 2 of our Grab Blades. Pretty standard. I also want to alt these out, but once again, that card's like, I think $60 right now. It's rather expensive. I believe next we're going to have the Crocodile Mihawks, pretty standard. Nothing too crazy there. And then finally, we will have the 4 10-cost buggies. Of course, I have all of these alted out because I really enjoy this card a lot. I love the circus version. I know there's a lot of other versions. I'll probably throw this up on screen, but I love the circus version the most because it just matches this little like deck section here. But awesome. So give me just a moment. Gotta get my Buggy Tech sleeve out. I have a bunch of cards that are specifically just made for Buggy and Buggy only. So that would include cards kind of like cards like this. So I have the I have the starter deck version of this leader. I have so many of these. I have Monkey D. Luffy. I have a bunch of these cards. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I have a bunch of the promo blockers in here. I have just tons and tons of stuff. We can go ahead and check out one of these sleeves here. But yeah, we have a bunch of the Richies, the Mohis, a bunch of the starter deck stuff. We have slave arrows if I need them. Go ahead and bust open the next section. We have the SEC Monkey D. Luffy's, a bunch of Kaidos when I used to draw those, a bunch of the SRs. We have one of the Mohi and Kabajis that I needed, another Pirates foil version of the Jack and the Mihawk, and then we also have another non-alted version of that 10-cost buggy. Next, we'll go into, we have the Mr. 1 Dodge Bones. This is also something we used to run to draw 2 Trash 1. Pretty nice. We also have If I Bowed Down to Power, What's the Point Living? This was interesting during 13, just mostly to get around Emu, because it gives your leader unblockable for 2 Dawn, but it's not the best. Another Buggy bottom deck, some Helm Blazes. These used to be really, really nice before the starter deck came out, because you could give your leader 3k and then bottom deck a 2-cost little chump blocker. Next we have a Marguerite. This was kind of nice. It was just a blocker that drew a card. Jozu, of course, that's really useful for the next Buggy. We have a bunch of the Namis, which aren't really too useful, but good to have the Jozus. Next we have the non-alted version of that Crocodile. Probably seen that on the sim when I've played. We have the Stage, which is pretty nice. I have a couple of those in here. Some more of Mr. 5s. We have the Mr. 1, sorry. We have the Marshall D. Teach. This was mostly meant for Doflamingo, the blue Doflamingo, but I decided to run it anyway. Some more stages, some more of this stuff. We have the special Muggy Ball, which you can bottom deck at 6 costs, but the only problem is that they get to choose the 6 costs, so it's kind of ass, because they're going to just choose a Searcher, not a Massive Body. I have this SEC Ace, which bottom decks a 5 cost, or you bounce a 5 cost back to hand. They play a 4 cost, and then you give this Rush if you have 3 or less life. Pretty good, but once again, like, not the best. We have the Mr. 2 Galdinos, so I actually do have alts for these. I usually would only run 3 at the time, but we do have that alt there. I really like this card, it's really beautiful. Some more Slave Arrows, the promo Crocodile, which is pretty cool. We have the promo Ace, some more Alvidas, and then we have the Pirates foil version of that promo Crocodile. I'll put those over there. And we'll go through our last section, and then we'll probably go on to the Croc right after this, or OP14 Croc. We have that leader. I have him in like a cool little Cross Guild sleeve here. This is what I was playing with before I got the alt. We have Phoenix Pineapple. This is just another tech card I was running. And we also have 3 of those promo blocker buggies, so pretty cool. But yeah, that's about it for the Buggy deck. We'll go ahead and probably transfer over to the OP14 Croc here in a moment. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions on where I got all this stuff. The little Buggy, the like metal play card here and the Lego Buggy here I got from a convention, so I have no idea if you'll be able to actually find those anywhere else. The playmat, however, I got off of like Temu or something. This is not official. However, I love it a lot. There's a lot of really cool options. I'll probably also throw up maybe pictures on screen for some other options for the playmats. But I personally like this one a lot. It just gives homage to a lot of the Cross Guild, a lot of really cool stuff. The different the different areas and the different like the deck area and the stage looks like the stage, and the trash over here is pretty cool. It's the impel down version of them. Still, just really, really cool stuff. But yeah, so that's the Buggy list. I will go ahead and transfer over to the Crocodile right now. Alrighty, and then next up we have the OP14 Croc. Obviously you can see we have a little bit of a change in the playmat and some other stuff. So we'll kind of go through this quickly. I run the same Dawn, as I haven't gotten any Dawn for him yet, but I don't think it's the worst because it's still Crossgo related, still has Buggy on there. So not the worst, so I still run the same Dawn. For dice, I actually have some like kind of sand colored dice. They're kind of cool, they kind of sparkle a little bit. Thought that was a little cool. So we got some of those. Usually keep those over here. Also have a 3D printer, so I like to print off a lot of these like frozen or can't attack tallies, or the leader ability was used, stuff like that. We also have like this little slidey thing here, so we can minus or plus power and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I also designed this little like plus 10 cost counter thing. It just goes like right over the cost on the card. But yeah, so pretty cool. Just some stuff I like to 3D print for this deck. Makes it a lot easier because there's a lot of technical stuff happening. For the sleeves, for this deck anyway, I have the official one-piece sleeves for the Crocodile. These I believe came out at the same time as Crocodile, so I love these a lot. They're really, really cool. Just have these double sleeves. So cool, we'll kind of go over the same thing here. So to start, I believe we're gonna have our first searcher, which is gonna be the Disappointed. Obviously, I'm not gonna go over these too much because I've already made the Crocodile video, but go ahead and put those there. Next, I believe we're gonna have our next searcher, which is the Miss Valentine here, the Mikata, whatever her name is. I can never say it right. Next, we'll go over the minus 3,000 power, Miss Wednesday, pretty strong. I know there's alts of some of these characters. Definitely want to be getting those in the future when I get employed. So, next, so you might be looking at this like, what the hell is going on? This is actually all just patchwork proxies because I ordered 4 of these, but the person I bought them from could only ship 1 because they kind of didn't have 4. So these are all just proxies. I needed to get all 4 because these got me in trouble during a tournament where somebody was like, I didn't want to, like, those are not patchwork, so you can't play. So that got me a little bit in trouble. But like, once again, when these come in, I'll have 4 patchworks, but these 3 are just proxies for this patchwork here. So we have 4 patchworks, technically. Next, I believe we're gonna have the Miss Merry Christmas. So pretty strong, just KO a stage and draw a card. Next, I believe we're going to have the Ground Deaths, also very strong. I know there's alts of these that are really, really cool. Want to get those in the future, but I believe they're also manga events, so they're going to be relatively expensive. Next, we have that Mr. Oh, sorry, grabbed too many. We'll start with the Mr. 4 Babe. We actually have the release event version of these, which I really like. You can kind of see it there. You can see it on that one as well. Yeah, so we have the release event version of the Mr. Babes. Like these a lot. I accidentally ordered the release event versions instead of the normal versions. I was wondering why they were so expensive on TCG until I got them. I was like, oh. Next, we have the Mr. 2s, pretty strong. We have 4 of those. Next, I believe we're gonna have the Mr. 5s, also pretty strong, 4 of those. Next, we're gonna have the Mr. 1s, also very strong, 4 of these, of course. I believe next up, we are going to have the Miss Sundays, also very strong. Of course, you're gonna be running 4 of these. You get so much value out of that card. Next, we're going to be running the 7 cost Monkey Luffy's. Also very strong in the Sun matchups, especially like Ace, where you need to get your leader up. And then, of course, we have the 4 SEC Crocodiles. So yeah, this one's a little bit more chill. I only built this deck like relatively recently. I've been playing Buggy most of the time, as you guys can tell. But yeah, I built this deck relatively recently. I really like the card sleeves on these. They're just so cool, and especially with the I'll stack all this back up. Especially with the like playmat and how the like alt leader is up there in the top left corner, you know, the crocodile all over it. You get all of the different 7 warlords over here, which I thought was really cool around the side. And then also, yeah, like one of my siblings pointed out, down here was pretty funny. Just because it's like, wow, like I can't believe they would include that. But yeah, it was pretty good. But like, I mean, like even with the deck sleeves just look so nice. Especially like what I'll usually do is I'll put the ability used here. And when I'm doing my leader ability, I'll just kind of tap it sideways, just so I know I've done it already this turn. Because there has been like a couple games either on the sim or in person where I'm like, have I done it before? This little token here, just tapping it to the side lets me know for sure. But yeah, I love this croc mat so much. It's really, really cool. Very similar to the buggy mat, but I think the buggy mat kind of takes the cake a little bit more. I think the art here is way better, don't get me wrong, but I think the buggy mat takes the cake a little bit more in terms of just everything being so put together. Yeah, I love this. Gonna try to get some of the Dawn whenever I can get the Dawn. But yeah, so this is my Crocodile deck and kind of the whatever I used to play. So that's the only 2 like actual legitimate things I have to show you in terms of decks. Everything else is kind of like just thrown in a shoebox and just is sleeved up. Like I have an emu deck, but I'm not gonna show that off. Yeah, so just wanted to show off these 2 decks and kind of give you a understanding of what I like to run IRL and what, if you do see me at the locals and you do see this stuff, it's gonna be me. So especially with the buggy stuff, I think I'm the only person that runs that kind of thing. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, see you guys, bye-bye.